Hey, what up, mate? Hey, blood no!
What up guys, thanks for joining. So we're back again with our Rainbow Six Siege breakdown, and this time around we're going to be looking at defending. So to kick things off, we're just going to be starting at looking at the operators available for us for defending. I'm not going to go too much into depth in these because I'm going to do a separate part on them. But I will say it doesn't really matter what defender you choose to use, whether you're defending an objective or a hostage. Unlike the attackers, the defenders are capable of defending any type of objective. My personal favourites are Kapkan, just because he has the ability to lay down trip mines, which is really useful for taking out multiple enemies at once. As well as that, I quite like using Mute, especially if you're defending just the one objective. Mute has the ability to jam any electronic devices such as drones or any breach charges, anything like that. So it really helps to protect your the objective there. What I will say though is experiment with each defender and find one that suits your playstyle more. But you know, there's no real downside to any of the defenders when defending any objective. So as we're seeing here, one of the key things to defending is to actually defend the objective, and this is really easily done within the first 40 seconds or so that you get at the start of the round. This time gives you ample opportunity to block up doors, block up windows, reinforce walls, and more importantly lay traps. You can see here just Kapkan's just laying some mines down. Hopefully that's going to catch some of the opposing team as they come through. But the real main aim for this crucial time is to make the enemy teams life as hard as possible. You want to make it really hard for them to not only find the objective, but then for them to get to it once they've found it. So really use this time wisely. If you've got barbed wire, C4, deployable shields, put them in a real key position. If you maybe put a deployable shield, so you back yourself into a corner, give yourself a nice bit of cover. But just use this time just to hide the objective and defend it as much as you can. So when defending an objective, I prefer to adopt a different playstyle. So I generally don't like to hang out where the objective is. I feel just a little bit too open. The whole enemy team is going to be rushing towards that objective if they know where it is. So if the enemy team's using fuse, you're going to be bombarded by his cluster grenades. So I like to distance myself from the objective a little bit. I don't like to go too far, because obviously if you stray too far from your team, there's a chance that you're going to get taken out quite quickly. But what I tend to do is try and find a room that's just adjacent to the objective and just hunker down there. This not only allows me to take out enemies that are passing by or some stragglers, but it also allows me to send intel back to my team. If I spot a group of enemies, it's unlikely I'm going to open fire, because if there's more than me, they're going to take me out pretty quickly. But I can pinpoint them for my own team, so that I know how many people are coming as well as where they're coming from, and then we can coordinate an attack from there. So something that I think is worth remembering when you're playing defending on Rainbow Six Siege is just to be patient. You have about 3 to 4 minutes to defend the objective and make the enemy's teams' lives as hard as you possibly can. But they're the ones under pressure. They're the ones who have 3 to 4 minutes to get the objective. If they've not found it already, they need to find it. They either need to take you guys out, or they need to defuse the bomb or extract the hostage. This immediately puts you as the defender on the upper hand. You know where the bomb is, or the objective isn't going to move, so you've got that much time to strategize your defense. What I've also found by playing this is that when the timer gets down to a minute or a minute and a half and the enemy team aren't near the objective yet, they're going to start getting careless. They're going to start storming the objective. They're aware that they're running out of time. If the timer runs out and they've not found the objective or destroyed the objective, you guys win. So they're going to start getting desperate. They're not going to be checking corners. and they're going to just, like I say, just start rushing the objective. So that's great news for a defender. It really puts them in your hands. It just gives you that extra upper hand that you need to defend the objective, so really capitalise on that if you can. So what I've seen a lot of people do when defending an objective on Siege is, especially on breakable doors, is to break out a couple of the panels so they've got a bit of a looking hole. The problem with that is that the enemy can also see that hole, and they're just going to walk past, open fire, and if you're there you're going to get taken out. So what I prefer to do is just crouch right down to the floor and actually look under the door. You're not necessarily looking to kill someone straight out by doing that, but what you can do is see some feet. If they're then going to be setting up a breach charge on the door, if you're carrying C4, you can chuck on a C4 and blow the door. Okay, it will blow the door, but it'll also take the enemy out as well. It's a strategy that I use a lot, and it works about 90% of the time. Really, really handy, and it's definitely worth giving a go if you've not yet done so. So guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this breakdown. Again, the key thing to remember at Rainbow Six Siege is, and I know I say it quite a lot, is teamwork. If you really want to excel at this game, you want to win every time, teamwork is the key here. Communicate with your team, even if you're not using a mic, use those cameras, pinpoint enemies on the map, as you know, it's always going to ensure a win. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe so that you're notified when the next video is available. Next time around we're going to be looking at the other side of defending, and we're going to be having a look at the attacking team. I'll give you a couple of hints and tips that I found really useful when playing the game. I've had a request to look at the health and armour mechanics within the game. So if there's anything you guys want me to cover, just leave me a message in the comment section below and I'll put a video together for that too. But yeah, thanks for joining, so I hope you enjoyed, and I look to see you again next time.
I hear them. Well, I've got a camera in the other room, mate. There's no one in there. You're alright.
Cool.
You know the room where you were? So stay in that room. I'll tell you if anyone comes in underneath you, alright?
Cool. I hear them in the other room. Yeah, shit.
Just taking the camera out.
Located a diffuser. 15 seconds. Friendly
Boom.
What up, mate? Hey, blood milk!